just a little cloudy outside.
Yeah, feeling fall-like this evening.
No doubt about it, and we're gonna see the
Fatally shot back in May near the intersection of 285 and La Vista Road. Police say that Brown should be considered armed and dangerous and are warning residents that if they spot him out in public, do not approach him and call 911.
A Hall County man is behind bars tonight after he was accused of mail fraud. According to the Hall County Sheriff's Office, Arturo Alvarán Aguirre was spotted in Gainesville back in June, stealing mail from a home on Webb Girth Road. But he drove away after he was confronted by the homeowner. He was arrested a month later after he was pulled over with mail from 4 different addresses. He was released on bond, but police later discovered he also stole a large amount of check stubs, bank cards, and driver's licenses. Arturo is now back inside the Hall County Detention Center with no bond.
All right, well, let's talk about our weather and take a live look outside over the King and Queen building near all that trouble on 285. Nice night out there, certainly cooler outside with that lingering cloud cover out there.
Yeah, the cloud cover made us a bit cooler than we were this time yesterday.
Yep.
Meteorologist David Chanley has more details on the evening forecast.
Yeah, Christina, Tom, here's what's going to happen through the night tonight. We're actually going to see the clouds start departing, more of a clearing trend toward morning. And with that, temperatures will start falling again in the overnight hours. We're already well into the 60s in a lot of spots. How about a cool 64 out in Dallas? We got 65 there in Lawrenceville. We look upstream, low 60s in Blairsville, and we got some low to mid 60s even as far south as Griffin. So a nice autumn evening out there across North Georgia. We got the clouds and we got an east wind, and we put up with that northeast wind most of the day. It'll be with us through the evening hours, overnight, and into tomorrow. Now, we did have a couple of light rain showers as we talked about at 5 and 6. It kind of made their way out of Tennessee and North Carolina, but as they headed southbound, they really kind of rained themselves out, and they're long gone now. This system's going to stay away from us. You can see that down here in the Gulf, we're dealing with some showers, thunderstorms all the way across northern Florida. But we anticipate some drier air getting in here in the days ahead. So our temperature in the 60s now, falling down into the lower 60s by the time we get into early tomorrow morning. So wake-up readings, a little more seasonal right there in the low 60s, some upper 50s across the region. And then highs tomorrow, rebounding because we'll have breaks in the clouds, a little more sunshine. Today we stayed in the mid-70s. Tomorrow we're looking at the upper 70s to near 80. Now, here's the thing. It's going to stay dry. In fact, not only rain-free, but the humidity's also going down. We'll talk about the impact that'll have on the temperature trend into the weekend. It's coming your way at the bottom of the hour.
All right, sounds great, David. We'll see you then. Thanks. The DeKalb County Police Departments recovered multiple vehicles, part of a likely chop shop operation. Investigators say they were looking into an ongoing theft case when they made the discovery at a location along Rock Chapel Road in Lithonia.
Fox 5's Brittany Edney joins us live with details on the operation. Brittany?
Good evening. Yeah, I was right over here along this road where investigators recovered multiple cars, one even as far away from Florida. These are some of the vehicles DeKalb County Police recovered as they uncovered a likely chop shop along Rock Chapel Road. The cars were found in various stages of disassembly last week.
A subject who was identified as being the business owner came out. A detective started speaking with him about the vehicles and the conditions that they were in. 2 of the vehicles were reported stolen out of DeKalb County, one in APD's jurisdiction and another in Florida. Chopping of vehicles is basically stripping a vehicle of its parts, also obliterating any kind of vehicle identification numbers and replacing them with fraudulent vehicle identification numbers to then sell the vehicles to unsuspecting persons.
And the agency has a message for anyone looking to sell their car.
Definitely online purchases using Facebook Marketplace, things of that nature. I would definitely verify any vehicle information with local law enforcement before you purchase.
Police say that a simple thing that still contributes to a lot of stolen cars is people will go and leave their key fobs in their car, right? And a lot of the criminals will just go pull on these door handles and then after that continue that process until they get lucky and one of them opens just like mine did right over there. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Edney for Fox 5 News.
How many times do they say don't leave your keys in the car?
Times of opportunity, right?
Brittany, thanks so much. 2 outside lanes on the westbound side are still closed, but GDOT expects them to reopen before rush hour Thursday morning. However, the bridge is shut down until further notice. Police say no one was injured in the crash.
In Gwinnett County, police have charged the driver involved in a crash that killed 5 teens in another vehicle. That driver's 20-year-old Emmanuel Estefani, who turned himself in last night. Investigators say the 2 vehicles were racing at more than 100 miles an hour prior to the crash. 5 of the 6 teens in that SUV, including the driver, died. Estefani now faces a number of charges, including 5 counts of homicide by vehicle and reckless driving.
Atlanta public school officials are trying to find a teenager who walked out of school this afternoon and disappeared. APS is looking for 13-year-old Adija Casanti Little. They say she walked out of David Howard Middle School just before 1 o'clock. Street cameras show her getting into a black Ford Explorer with Georgia plate RVL 5658. She was last seen at the American Deli restaurant on Camp Creek Parkway. If you know anything, call police.
As we turn.
Isn't it funny, Claire, how you can plan your whole existence and suddenly something unforeseen occurs and kicks the cops right out from under you.
Yeah, life is like that. Have it on it.
Merchandise that disappears from stores without being paid for cost retailers $112 billion last year, up from $93 billion the previous year. Target has previously said it expects to lose $500 million from theft this year alone. That'll do it for your daily briefing from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. I am J.D. Durkin with The Street.
Thanks, JD. Dozens of people facing criminal charges after a group of young people, apparently working together, smashed their way into several stores in Philadelphia. Police making 52 arrests with counts of burglary, theft, and others against 30 people. Now, 3 of them were minors. Police say the ransacking is not related to an earlier protest over a judge's decision to dismiss murder charges against a cop for the murder of a Philadelphia driver. Video shows dozens of masked people running into Lululemon stores, Apple stores, and more with bags full of stolen goods. No injuries were reported, but a security guard was reportedly assaulted at a Foot Locker. Police officers and a police dog had an unusual assignment this week in New York, wrangling a herd of goats. Carmel police officials say about 30 goats escaped from a property on Monday. Police officials say the property owner hired a company that provides goats for clearing brush, but they decided to make a run for it. Carmel Police Department, which responded to the scene, said they had to think outside the box to remedy the situation. They decided to get the German Shepherd K9 named Petro involved. Police say Petro was able to guide the herd back to safety. With a tentative agreement in place for the Writers Guild of America, let's check in with Newsnet's Brooklyn Lambert to see what productions we may see back up and running soon in today's Hollywood Report.
Hey there, and welcome into today's Hollywood Report. They will be the first to return to air. NBC's The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, and The Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS have set their return dates for the first week of October. Now, they will return with guest shortage due to the actors' strike limitations when it comes to promotional appearances.
It's Saturday Night Live!
Along with these late-night shows comes Saturday Night Live, as they can now return for its 49th season. These writers are now able to work on their sketches, and the actors could perform their work under a different contract not covered by the actors' strike. But that's not saying these actors will, as the union members may be reluctant to do so. The writers' room for scripted TV shows that shut down due to the strikes are likely to reactivate quickly, including Netflix Stranger Things, Severance on Apple TV+, and Abbott Elementary on ABC. But with no performers to act out the scripts, long delays between page and screen will be inevitable.
Yeah, that was not really what we had in mind.
Now, when it comes to film, 2 big productions were shut down, Deadpool 3 and Superman Legacy. Film writers will also be able to get back to work on their slower timeline, either to continue writing or start the revisions for these already scheduled films. The new 3-year deal for these writers include the strict limitations of the use of AI, guaranteed compensation, as well as other important items. And now we wait to see if this sparks conversation for the actors strike that's currently going on in Hollywood and see if they might have a deal on the horizon. I'm Brooklyn Lambert with your Hollywood Report.
What are you thinking about now?
I don't see there's a chance of saving.
Oh, but you must.
I'll do everything I can. Maybe if I could get the poison out of her system. You know, if anything happened to David, it just about killed you.
I better phone him.
You think he's still at Claire Thomas's?
See.
You know her number?